There is nothing more scary than thinking, I want to homeschool my teenager, but I don't think I can do it. There's so many subjects. What are they going to do about college? I really want them to get into college, but oh, am I going to mess them up? No. Let's talk about this. I've got 5 tips of how you can organize their schedule, organize their life, organize how you do things. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Come with me. Let me show you how you do it, and let's do this. Number 1, you're going to create a flexible schedule for you and your family. Focus around your teens' best hours, and usually that's in the morning. Make sure that they're prime time, that those hours where they really are enthused about doing school, when their brains are working, when their attitudes are happy, that's when you do some of the harder subjects, like just kind of saying math, maybe science, and maybe things that are just not as interesting to them, so that they can keep up their energy and maybe not feel so drained by the end of the day. Think about what times of days are really good for you to be available for them if they need your help, and what times do they need to be kind of alone. I like to give all of my kids academics that they work on their own in the morning. My son right now, who's 17, he works on all of his school in the morning because he works in the afternoon. And so he gets up pretty early and he gets that all done. If your teen is an early riser, use those early morning hours to get them to do a lot of things when the house might be more quiet. Just think out of the box for these teens, because you're not constrained like the public school. He could start school at 6 a.m. if he wanted, or she could start more like 10 and go until 5. It all is according to you and your family's needs. Now, number 2 kind of goes along with this. When you're making and creating this schedule, make sure you schedule breaks and free time. There's nothing more discouraging for kids and for you to keep grinding and grinding through the school day without any breaks. And give them that little bit of time in between all of their subjects so they can refuel and jump back into the stuff that maybe they're not as excited about. These breaks are just as important as the subjects that they're doing, because it really helps them to pace their schoolwork out. And along with breaks, sometimes you can take days off. Take Fridays off every other week, or take them off indefinitely and just work really hard Monday through Thursday. So you can do a whole bunch of different things with your flexible schedule. And don't forget the snacks, I'm telling you. Snacks do wonders for teens. The number 3 tip is just really using other activities that will interest them in making them go deeper into the subjects, or just things that they can do other than just reading a textbook and writing papers. Maybe take a day for hands-on activities. Maybe they can be doing other things. Maybe on Fridays you're going to do, some science lab experiments. Maybe you're going to do some cooking that gets them, out of that rut of the everyday thing Monday through Thursday. And maybe you go to a co-op and you get interested in a co-op, so that is something a little bit different for the subjects that they're doing, where it's in a classroom with other kids and they're hands-on, so it's a little bit different. All right, let's take a little break here just really quick. Hey, if you are liking this video, subscribe, like the video, comment, watch my other videos. I do have a lot of experience in homeschooling high schoolers, so give me a thumbs up and let's get back to the program. Now, number 4 tip is something that when I first started 24 years ago wasn't as available as it is now. So number 4 is use online resources. Take advantage of these. There are so many. I can't even believe how many there are. And there are so many that are so affordable now. Back in the day when I did school with some of my kids, online classes, online courses and stuff like that didn't exist. And if they did, they were a boatload of money. Choose those kinds of things, especially for your teens. I think the online resources are amazing, because these kind of online resources or educational services really can help engage your teens in the higher learning that they are doing in high school. And it always is helpful to have other adults come into your children's education and inspire them in different ways. And you are so blessed to be doing homeschooling right now in the high school years because there's so many opportunities. And the fifth tip that I want to give you is this. Think about maybe doing, themes of the days of the week with subjects. So let's say you want to do Fridays, you want to do some hands-on activities like I talked about with tip number 4. Maybe that's science. Maybe you really focus on science and the projects for that. Maybe on Wednesdays, you're going to do history and geography. And then maybe on Monday, you're going to do art and music. But of course, remember that the academics subjects need to be done every day. And this can really help focus your teen and keep them on task for that day. And I'm going to add a 6th one, a bonus tip for you, which a lot of YouTubers do, but I just thought of this one, is make sure you're scheduling in the social aspect of a teen's life. Make sure you're incorporating some social activities in their lives so that they don't feel empty in that area. So make sure you're letting your kids understand that that their social life is important to them and you want to put that into their schedule. I totally get it. If you are scared to death to homeschool a high schooler, I get it. But it is so possible, and I want you to know that. There are so many resources out there, and you can do this. A lot of kids are suffering in the high schools, in public school. They are. And you can bring them home, and they can have a wonderful, exciting experience in these 4 years of their teens. They can have a social life, they can have a great educational life, they can learn, and they can be who they want on their timing and in their own way. Now, if you need a little bit more of the planning, I have a video, and it's the plan for 4 years, and it really is helpful to kind of set out the expectations and to see the things that they need to be doing each year. So check that video out. I think it'll be very, very helpful for you in planning. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Doodles. A flexible. I love that. That's a new word. Flexible